Quite pretty. Hi, today I'm going to show you how to do the double crochet. That's the US terminology. We're going to start with our starting chain, which I've shown you how to do in another video. The link will be below. And for the double crochet, you need a turning chain of 2. So just do an extra 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to go in on this green one because that's the turning chain. It gives us the height of the stitch, and we're going to create the first double crochet stitch into that green one. This variegated yarn is brilliant for learners because you can differentiate the different stitches by the colours. So for the double crochet, you need to wrap around the hook first, and then you're going to go into the work, wrap around and come back out. So you've now got 3 bits of yarn on your hook, and then you're going to wrap around the hook and work 2 of those off, leaving 2 now. Then we're going to wrap around and work those 2 off, and you'll know that you've come to the end of the stitch because you'll just have 1 bit of yarn on your hook. So that stitch again is a wrap around before you go into the work, go in, wrap around and bring it out. So you've now got 3 on your hook, wrap around and work 2, wrap around and work 2, and you'll know you finish because, as I say, you've just got the 1 on your hook. So we're working along this starting chain, and our next stitch is going to go into this pink chain. So we'll wrap around and in, wrap around and out, wrap around, work 2, wrap around, work 2. It's a really nice stitch because it's got quite a bit of height to it, but it still holds its shape quite well. Whereas once we get to the treble stitch, it's very flimsy, but it gives you a nice drape in a material. So it depends what you're after achieving with your crochet. But this American double crochet stitch is the one that's used in most granny squares. So once you've learnt this, you'll then be able to learn how to do a granny square. And I've got a video on that as well. So there's a link in the description box for the granny square. So we'll continue on this. So we wrap around, go into the work, wrap around and back out, wrap around and work 2, wrap around and work 2. This double crochet stitch is in my beginner's guide, which is free. In the link below, you can get a written guide that goes along with my videos, and it will help you be able to do these first few beginner stitches. So wrap around and in, wrap around and out, wrap around and work 2, wrap around and work 2. And again, wrap around and in, going in on that green, wrap around and out, wrap around and work 2, wrap around and work 2. And this bright coloured yarn's brilliant for beginners because you can really see where the stitches are, so it's worth investing in some variegated yarn. I'll pop a link in the description below of where you can get some. And these crochet hooks with the rubber handles are really good. They'll stop your hands from hurting if you crochet for too long a time. They're ergonomic crochet hooks. So we're getting to the end of our starting chain, and there's the last one there. So we just pop a double crochet in there. So wrap around and in, wrap around and out, wrap around and work 2, wrap around and work 2. And you can see that we've got a nice piece of crochet fabric. So then to be able to work back into the work to make it nice and long and straight, you need a turning chain, and this time you need a turning chain of 2. So 1, 2, and that gives us the height of the stitch because the double crochet is obviously taller than the single crochet, and that's why I like US terminology, because it's a double crochet and it has a turning chain of 2, and you work it off in 2 lots of 2. So to me that says double. This, if you were learning the English terminology, would be the treble. But as I say, I like the double because it's got a turning chain of 2 and you work it off in 2 lots of 2. So the next one, we're going to work into this bluey coloured one, bluey green. I'm going to wrap around. I'm going to go into the work, and the proper placement is under the 2 parts of the stitch. Bring your yarn back out to the front of the work, wrap around and work 2, wrap around and work 2. And that's the double crochet, and you know you're finished because you've just got the one on your hook ready to go. So wrap around and in on that pink one, in under the 2 bits, so it's nice and firmly held there. Bring the yarn back to the front of the work, round, work 2 off, round, work 2 off. And the hook, in you go. Bring it back with you, round and work 2, round and work 2. And this is the double crochet. And when I learnt to crochet, I crocheted a big blanket in just first the single crochet stitch and then the double crochet stitch, and I just kept thinking to myself, this is the double crochet stitch. So round and in, round and out, round, work 2, round, work 2. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. And then once you've got it into your memory, the sort of motor memory, you can then read patterns and you're not trying to think, oh, what's that stitch? You know what the stitch is because you've practiced it. And then when you're reading the patterns, you can think, oh yeah, that's a double stitch and that's a single, and it just makes it easier. So wrap around first and then in. Yeah, it just makes it easier for when you then want to progress on. The bit of practice at the beginning is well worth it. And you get a nice little lap blanket to either keep or give away. If you just do a starting chain for the length of, like, up and over your legs and down onto the chair at either side, so probably about 1/2 metre, and then yeah, just crochet away. It'll be lovely and you'll be so relaxed at the end of it. Maybe not right at the start, but by the time you get to the end of the blanket, you'll be so relaxed you'll want to curl up under it and have a little afternoon nap. So that's the double crochet, and it's quite pretty. And I'll put the link in the description below for the next one in the tutorial, treble crochet.